My videos have some pretty insane recommendations for YouTube channel. But yet, I still surprised how people will upload some good videos. Dope. Now I post some really interesting videos. Like this. Me, I have 41 subscribers, which is pretty good. I ton of shorts. Because most people will play shorts nowadays. Looking at games, it's still kind of interesting about my games. I got my old games like this. And then we have an offline game. Plus we got Roblox right here. And then we got Blockblast, which is my favorite offline game. And we got this, which is pretty good too. A lot of people like Minecraft. Definitely not too much people have. But yeah, I still got a game called Roblox. And in this video, I'm going to play this game and show everyone what is truly worth for the 50 HKD expansion pack. Let's begin. So I play a lot, but ton of things, creating things. This basically gives you an ability of God to basically create humanity. Whatever. But this, I really want to share. How it works is, you select your world or jump into the world you're in. Me personally, I like jump into another world. Let's start with a flat, pretty much all of it. I won't talk too much about this, but you can make expansion all the way to literally as big as Titanic. So this is a land, as everybody can see. Why is there a big, giant line? It's because this is actually the border. Now you could add some land to it first. And it's pretty simple. Press this land button, or you could use another. Basically, here it is. But me personally, I use the normal, which is because you can place a lot of things. Personally, I made worlds simply, just like how imperfect the Earth is. Solutions. I may usually use these lands because I'm not too that lazy. So I make some of these lands pretty obviously. Build these lands are pretty simple. Just use the button to completely scroll the entire place. Might even notice something very simple. So I made these across seas. I'll make a little bit just for you guys. Don't know what's the reason, but my worth. I want to make this out because I want to create the oceans one day. How it works is, you might see these lands are completely dirt. Basically, you're just gonna add a real good amount of seeds. Grass. Some place like the other one, like this. A place like this. And even this. And places separately, like that. So a new update came in, and you could add walls to it. Walls are pretty interesting. How I make work is that Roblox is actually a pretty entertaining game that you could play and pretty offline. I personally recommend people who like civilizations. So I'm going to make a wall here between some of them, like place it here, place it there, some of them right here and there. Might not be perfect, but we'll get to that. So first we gotta place some humans here. Humans are the most normal thing you could have. And you can use this to, literally don't have to click it by hand anymore. And then we got elves. Not too normal, but humans' most hated creature. And next up, we got monsters. Not human hate, but it's definitely more ugly. Finally, in the middle, we got small people, I personally call short people. Pretty much it's very short, but they like goals, just like how they mine. I started figuring out a secret path, so I went into a land that I'm not supposed to go, and then ended my way through it. I personally get the speed boost because it's one of the expansion packs. And even newer, better, you could actually spawn pretty much anything. Nukes. Small nukes. You basically almost invisible. And by the time stop, you don't need to actually pay for it. But mainly, you can actually do some pretty insane things. Stopping them from moving like these. People are almost unmovable. But we continue for that. As you can see, civilizations are pretty good. People are chatting. Nothing's bad. Homes are wood. Nothing seems to be bad. Oh. But I see some other visitors came in to have a bit of fight. Skeletons. So unfortunately I have to close the wall. Or even the secret road. This border is pretty hard to just literally close it. But for now, let's add some more details. First, on the red side, we will add hell. Hell is basically the main thing in torture. There's people who they do something real bad. Not like mine. I do something that mostly gotta be good. Mostly. I fear did something very good. At least not in-game. Because mainly video games are pretty much just a normal 3D, 2D game that basically feels like it's alive. Anyways, we're going to play with more people in it. And on the downside, we're going to place my favorite and just kidding. We're going to play this Iceland. Ice are pretty much a normal thing. But there's a feature that you can also add these called icebergs. I'm gonna not gonna judge him for now. But now this is gonna die anyways. Just pretend that the thing has never been discovered. Since this land is going to be bigger than I expected, it's going to place more. Fortunately, the people go very fast, so I gotta dodge it as quick as possible. Unfortunately, those little chunguses can't even stop this. Icelands are pretty dangerous, even in up and down. Fortunately, we still have some space left, so I'm going to cut it in half. That's one thing. This time, I'm going to place some even more thicker walls. As time came, I recently discovered the most strongest entity. Robots. Robots is basically almost immortal. But as you can see, I can use like a ton of weapons to actually just defeat it. But why didn't I place seats? Well, it's because that robots can have their own seats. Placing in these lands are very much. I don't need them for work. I'm just gonna place even more so they can help in the job. But now, unfortunately, this kind of starting to have war because the lava lands have a chance to break in. Unfortunately, they don't have the power to stop them. Yeah, because they have already killed a ton of towers. I'm just gonna let it slide anyways. So let's check on those chunkuses. Chunkuses, this looks pretty good. On to the next one. As you can see, the humans, aliens, and robots. Just kidding. The orcs, I call, are pretty chill. Even when they inside. Just see a ton of people standing there doing nothing. I have no idea why. Because I didn't stop time. But I guess it's one of their traditionals. Anyways, I'm going to check out Iceland. We're going to open this at the year 100. It's the year of 228. And it's the hope times, they call it. At the sea line, I will place some natural sea beauties have. Well, not exactly beauty. These are fish that really likes to eat. Look at, but unfortunately they did were too light textures, so they turned into pink. Anyways, we're going to see how the humans have it done. Humans done pretty well. 581 people. They called the country Rabba. How about the orcs? These orcs have really named themselves called orcals, which doesn't make any sense. And this one's called Haltana, which sounds pretty normal then. Well, that the chungus are trying to literally help me have a headache, so well, I'm not gonna read those names. But the fires are on the dark side because the robots have came in. Expansion pack has a lot of features, but you can check it out yourself on some other videos. So I can show you one more feature. place, you can actually save your world. And fortunately, the world could automatically get it by itself. But then you wanted to literally make another regen world, I can call it. Basically, you could, after upgrading a lot and destroying it, you could reuse it again. Like basically like rebuild, but don't have to use it by hand. Just resave it. Well, that's today's episode. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.